This disease can be quite isolating because you don't know anyone else that does have the disease when you have it at first. Never heard the word amyloidosis before in my life. It was all Greek to me.
In 2011, Anne-Marie Carr was 53 years old when her body started giving her signals that all was not well.
Thinking back, the first thing that I noticed, I was out the one afternoon. I think there was maybe 6 or 7 steps that I climbed. And all of a sudden I felt as though I was going to pass out. And it came on suddenly. There was no pre-warning to this. And I thought, that's strange.
From there, her symptoms progressed to weight loss, diarrhea, heart palpitations, and tingling and pain in the hands and feet.
Well, hereditary amyloidosis is a very rare disorder. It's a genetic disorder where the gene is autosomal dominant, meaning it's passed from parent to child at a 50% rate. And most people who get the gene have the disease or develop the disease. So in the peripheral nerves, you have deposition of amyloid, and that leads to loss of activity. It's affecting mainly the small fibers, but sometimes the larger ones. So you get pain, numbness, tingling, unsteadiness, and you get fainting spells because of the nerves that go to those organs. Yeah, I felt as though the symptoms were connected, even though we couldn't find a common theme for them or a common illness that they fell into.
Anne-Marie's diagnosis was confirmed by a heart biopsy at the age of 56.
The impact on the family has been quite devastating, especially for my husband and son. One of the hardest things I found initially was dealing with the idea that I wouldn't be able to see my granddaughter perhaps graduating from high school.
Historically, until October 2018, there has never been any approved treatment for HATTR or familial amyloidosis. Any historical therapies that have been used as treatment have not been rigorously evaluated in clinical trials and are only effective for symptomatic relief, but don't target core elements of the underlying condition. Experts within this area are encouraged by the recent availability of new treatments for their patients, which address the root cause of the disease and hope for an eventual cure.
We have broadened our testing here because we've become aware of the new treatments and the new interventions that we can offer. We have to educate physicians in general who see neuropathy patients to be more prone to testing, more open to testing for these rare diseases which they will not think of immediately. So if someone presents with a painful neuropathy, it may be very rational to test for amyloid if you have a small fiber neuropathy.
According to Dr. Angela Genge, this matters because of the new therapies that are being developed. There is currently an avalanche of new therapies in rare neurologic disease occurring in the world, including Canada. This is the beginning of a revolution in therapy. Patients who have never had therapies for their diseases now have the opportunity to be treated, and in some cases, cured of the symptoms of the disease they carry. Anne-Marie is anticipating commencement of a new therapy and remains hopeful, but not without issues surrounding.
The doctors have said that there's a very good chance that it will stop further deterioration. And in some cases, some people have reported, but we don't have sufficient data at the moment, but some people have reported that their symptoms have got better. I think it's very important for patients to be given access to treatments, and I think it's very important to look outside and find a community that works for you. An amyloidosis support group, because then that way you feel as though you're not on your own. Change your world, change your perspective a little bit.
This is a totally exciting time for patients with familial amyloidosis because there are novel treatments that have proven very effective and offer promise for a better life for these patients.
To learn more about familial amyloidosis, please speak with your healthcare professional or visit the website below.